right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good morning, everyone, and we are back again this Sunday morning, and so wonderful to be alive and to be here with you all again. Today is our second part of our review for Deaf English. So we are back again to continue our English review. And last week we dealt with certain topics where we were going to be tested. Next week, Sunday, you're going to get your assessment. And I just recapping how the assessment will be conducted. I will be writing the assessment on the board and you will be given time to finish it. The same amount of time where we have our class. After the assessment is completed, you are going to take a picture. Now, every page that you are taking a picture, make sure your name is on that page. So when you take a picture, your name is there. There's an app also, you could write your name on the screen and so on, but we don't have to go into that. Just make it easy for you. Write your name on the page and take a picture and send it to me. Right, this must be done immediately after the class is over because I don't want anybody going back in their books. I know people are honest here. I don't want anybody to be tempted to go back in their books and find an answer. Right, so you're going to finish the test online, and as soon as we log off, you take a picture and send it to me on my WhatsApp. Okay, and the number, as everybody knows, Sharon Henry 768-2961, so that you can WhatsApp me with your tests. Right, the people who telephone number, the people who are custom with us, I need to know your name so that you will be recorded for the test. So last term assessment, this term assessment. I'm seeing some people coming on again. Right, so let me just log them in so that we can start all together. Right, so today in our assessment for part 2, we are looking at where we were focusing on the possessive nouns. So we're looking at possessive nouns, which we did. I just added my slides. So it's possessive noun is one topic that we're looking at, and we started it last week. Number 2 will be possessive pronoun. The same thing. All right, we're doing possessive pronouns. And after we do possessive pronouns, we are going to look at the third part, which will be making our sentences. Right, so this is the part where we ended in our terms work, right? Making the sentences, using the sentences with our possessive pronouns and so on, right? So this first part where we're looking at the possessive nouns, there are different ways of forming possessive nouns based on whether they are singular, plural. Now, if in terms of the plural, and I started with the plural, you'll see my table here with nouns. And I have when I say nouns here, I should really write possessive nouns. So in this first column, I'm just going to erase it a little bit so I'll write the whole word. And this first column is really, we have the possessive nouns. So this is how you write your possessive noun. All right, so this is the possessive nouns here. And the possessive nouns can be singular and plural. Number 1, we have the word dogs. Now, same pronunciation if you are speaking, and because you all are not hearing, you're looking at your eyes, and that is fine. The word dogs is D-O-G-S. That is how plural dogs. To show possession, you put in the apostrophe, which I just highlighted here. So dogs. So this is the possessive noun, which is dogs, and you want to show that the dogs own something. You can say the dogs bowl. All right, this is the bowl that you use to put water, whatever, food for the dog, dog's bowl. All right, so dish, when you see the apostrophe after the S, where the S shows plural, more than one, dogs, right? This indicates it is a plural possessive noun. So I just put in a tick, plural. So this word dogs means it is plural. And you look at carefully at the spelling. D-O-G-S, and after the S, then the apostrophe. In the singular form, I have the same word dogs, but look at it carefully. We have the word D-O-G, then I put in the apostrophe. That's where the apostrophe goes after the word dog, then the S. This shows that it is singular. So watch it, look at it carefully. Now there are some exceptions to the rules where this plural form of the noun is not ending with S, like the word children. Okay, and that is a different one. So let's just focus on this. Right? So we have dogs bowl. All right? I'm just going to add another one. So we're going to get a little more. So we have number 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have, just erase this. So we have, so I can have girl, and I can have pen. This is what belongs to the girl. So to show ownership, I put in the apostrophe first, then I'm putting the S. This shows, and as we said before, in terms of singular and plural, the first column singular. Singular means one, and plural means more than one. So the word girl, where the apostrophe comes after the word girl, which is one, mean one, is singular. Girl's pen, that means it's singular. If I put girls, that means I'm looking at more than one girl. If I show in ownership, I put the apostrophe after S. So we have girls, and I'm going to say the same thing, pen. So the pen belongs to more than one girl. And the word girls is plural. You, as everyone else, you're using your eyes to observe this. Where do you put the apostrophe? When it is singular or when it is plural? Okay, so you need to know this because it will help you to write your sentences properly and your spelling also. All right, so I'm just going to give you some practice in this. All right, this is some of the things I'm going to be testing next week. All right, so let's see which one, if you all could do the others by yourself. Give you 2 more. All right. Make sure you look at it carefully. Now tell me whether it is singular or plural. So you're going to tick in the spaces to tell me whether it is singular or plural. So you put in a tick where it belongs. I'm not telling you where to put the tick, I just put it in the lines, right? So put a tick to tell me whether it is singular or plural. All right, so complete that, and then we're going on to the next word. Just do it a few minutes. All right, I know you all are adults, so you will be able to write fast, and we can complete this. And then we're going to, after we go and finish these possessive nouns, I'm going to go quickly to where we're going to look at the possessive pronouns, and we did with possessive pronouns last week. I think I will just skip that for now, and I will just go on to the concept of ownership, which we did, the concept of ownership, and we have the different meanings of ownership. And when you read these sentences, so you must be able to read. This is a reading exercise here, where you must read your sentences and know that we are talking about ownership. All right, and we talk about the different meanings of ownership before. And I'm gonna do it again. All right. I seem like Donna is finished, and she's looking at the screen. Everybody should be finished with this. Huh? So okay, so the answer, I'm doing the answer one time. So number 5, what is the answer for number 5? Just tell me the answer. What is number 5? Is it singular or is it plural? Is number 5 singular? Singular is A and plural is B. So you can just tell me the letters. Which one? Number 5 is singular or plural? B? Yes. Very good. All right, number 6. Number 6, A or B? Anybody? Put on your cameras, please, so we can see the answer. Kenton, your camera need a little, raise it a little bit so I can see your hands. I'm not seeing it properly. So number 6 is A or B? Number 6 is A or B? A or B is number 6? Number 6. Yeah, number 6. Which one it is? A or B? Is it singular or plural? Number 6. You had to tell me the, okay. All right, singular. All right, so you can tell me either A or B. Very good. Singular. Okay, number 7, A or B? I'm seeing only 2 cameras on. Salvin, can you put on your camera? Adana, Cheryl Dyer. If you wish, you want to contribute to the answer, and I seen Cliff Samuel. All right, so A or B for number 7. Donna Canton, A or B? Which one is the answer? Singular or plural, number 7. Donna? I'm trying to think if her camera is, oh no, it isn't. Number 7. Tell her number 7. Number 7 is A or B? Number 7 is A. Very good. Number 8, the last one. Number 8 is which answer? Kenton. Number 8 is A or B? Is it singular or plural? All right, so he's spelling the word first, right? So farmers is plenty, so it is plural, so we say B. Very good, so you must know that. All right, excellent. So let's go on to the possessive. I said I will just, we know what the possessive pronouns are. I'll just give you one example of what I will give you for your test. So I will give you a sentence and you have to change the possessive noun into a possessive pronoun. And we said what are the possessive pronouns last week. So I'm not going to write it down again for you. So I'm going to give you the sentence. Right? The dog has the dog's bowl. That is the sentence. So you need to write over that sentence where you are, instead of writing the dogs, which is the possessive pronoun, you are going to put a possessive noun, sorry, you're going to put a pronoun. So you're not going to write the dogs. So you're going to write over the sentence and write the dog has, you have to put in a pronoun and then put the word bowl. So put in the pronoun there. So you have to choose which pronoun you're going to write there to replace the dogs. So put in the pronoun to replace the dogs. Go back to what we did last week because it's following from that what we did last week to write the pronoun. Okay? I'm giving you 2 minutes to write the answer. Okay. Start writing the answer. You have to put the answer. Let me check. That's not wait, a minute. All right, so that is that answer. So I'm going to ask you, what word are you going to put in place of the dogs? Spell it for me, please. So we can have the answer. What am I going to write for in place of the dogs? Now, I could give you the choices, but I want to see if you know it on your own. And then if you don't know it, then I will give you the choices and then we'll select it. So from last week, yes, Donna, could you just a minute? Let me, yes, very good. Spell it for me, please. Finger, spell it for me, Kenton. I want this. Yes, very good. I'm seeing it. So you're going to write ITS. It's. Very good. Excellent. So that is what you need to know. And remember the listing that I gave you last week about all lists of the possessive pronouns. And the possessive pronouns, I'm going to just write them in this box for you, just because we're revising. All right. As you said, it's, his, her, our, their. All right. The possessive pronouns. So you must know your possessive pronouns and which words, which possessive noun. All right. You need to know which ones to use for what. So this is possessive pronouns. Okay, and you must know them. Okay, so we look at just quickly this one. This was one we did early. Making the sentences. You're making sentences, right? So if I put a jumble of words here, you must be able to put it in order to make a sentence. So you must know the order, word order. And we revise this in level 1, but I'm not giving level 1 this as a test. I'm going to give you as a test. All right, so if I put I'm going to give you little sentences like that. So I could give you a little clue. That's the only clue I will give you, where the capital letter. Right? Can you put that, make a sentence out of all these words for me? And you must be able to make sentences or simple sentences for me by using these jumble up words. So word order. So you must be able to read this and make a proper sentence. And it is important as a deaf person that you can make simple sentences. So this is a simple sentence that I wrote here. So make it and tell me what will be the word order. All right, and long as you can read, you will be able to get this. Simple, you read in simple sentences. Okay. Yes, Canton. Go ahead. You finished? All right, Donna, you are finished too, I hope. Donna. So let's get the order. All right, so you're going to write the sentences. I'm going to draw a line underneath, usually to give you to where you're going to be writing your sentences in the right order, your words in the right order to make a sentence. So give me, Canton, since you finished, give me your sentence. How am I writing this? Go ahead, read it. A cat is drinking milk. Very good. A cat is drinking milk. So you must be able to write, excuse me, you must be able to write simple sentences like this, right? So when you are writing clearly, and make sure you begin with a capital letter, ends with a full stop, and put your words in the right order. Excellent. Now I'm going to give you others, right? For your test. We will not get the same one. All right. The last thing we need to do today is in our revision, we're looking at this word that a lot of people will get in issue with, ownership. And we talked about the different meaning of ownership. And we had a lot of drawings that we draw. All right. So we had a person, and we say if the person is holding or have something, because we talk about have. If I have something, I'm telling you I have it. Or I also could show ownership by if someone give me something. If someone give it to me, if someone give me something, I'm owning it. Okay, all right, they give me. Or I could say I went to the shop with my money. I have my money here. It's a different color. So I have money in my hands, dollar bills, and I went in the shop and buy something. So I bought something from a person. So it wasn't given to me just now. I bought it. Person in a shop. Just, right, the person is selling whatever. I bought it. It belongs to me. Ownership. So if I buy something, it is owned by me. Right? This is, we look at association also. So this is my, I go to this place. I should really sorry about the drawing. All right, so this is a church that I go to this church all the time. I go to this church, right? So this is where we talk about association. I go to this church, so I'm gonna write the word association. So this is big word. All right, because I go to this church, none of the church belong to me, but because I go to this church, I will say my church, because I go there. So I will show that if it's like John's church, every Sunday he's going there, or Sharon's church, or Kenton's church. It belongs, not that it's you own it, but it's based on association. And in the church, you will have a pastor. All right, so it could be church. I'm just using some vocabulary related to church. So it could be church. It could be pastor based on association. So your pastor, your church. Okay? So based on association. Could be your country also, where you live. Where you live, and we know we live in where you, right? Could be a country. I'm just drawing Trinidad and Tobago. Excuse my drawing. Right? And association again. And we're looking at your country. Excuse me. The country Trinidad and Tobago. It is not your country in terms of you own the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, but based on association. You were born here. Your country, your village, where you grew up in, or your tongue, based on association, something. So these are based on association. So ownership can mean all these things. So when I'm testing you on this ownership, meaning of ownership, I would ask you to put in these words based on, I'll ask you to write the word have based on the picture, to match the picture based on ownership. what does ownership means with this person? This person have something, they are holding it, they have something, so we're saying ownership. If they are given, something, now they own it. If they bought something, as I show in the picture here, is a form of ownership. And in last one we look at here is association, based on where you go somewhere and some things like that. And there was one more meaning I did not look at with you all, and we could look at ownership based on parts and parts of, excuse me, parts of a, like this is you, sorry, all right, parts of your body. All right, so you have your eyes, and excuse me the drawing, right? I know I'm not all right. So we have all right, so parts of your body. So this is a part of a person. So this is ear, this is eyes, all right, and the person's name says Mike, right? That's the person's name. So we could say this, the parts of the person is owned by the person based on their parts, body parts, right? So I could say Mike's eyes, right? Mike's eyes. His eyes is part of his body. So I'm showing ownership based on parts of something or a person. It could be a part of a thing also, like a house. Okay, I'm just going to give you the house part. Let me see if I can draw a house better than a person. All right. Right, so you know the house have door, have a roof, right? So we have these the windows. So we can have a window. So this is the window. This is the door. This is the roof. Right. So this here is a house. The noun here, this is the house. Right? So I showing that in terms of ownership, I could put the house says window. Showing it is really, it's not like it's not the meaning of the ownership is really talking about parts of something, right? The house's window, or the house's roof, or the house's door, and so on. Right? So it's showing ownership. So I can show ownership based on parts of something. So ownership means all of that. So when you read in sentences and you're saying, but how the house own this window, and I'm looking at ownership, but it's the meaning of ownership there is based on the part of the house. It's part of the house, so you show ownership in that, based on that meaning. All right, and even as we said, the parts of a body, somebody's body, Mike's eyes, or Mike's ears, Mike's hand, or whatever. Right, so you showing ownership. So ownership means all of that body parts. Right, so I just wanted to put in that. So this is where we end our class today, and where we look at ownership, meaning of ownership. You need to know this so that you can read and understand sentences that is in this kind of way. You want to see, right? Because I saw that a lot of you all may not have been exposed to that meaning, right? You cannot hear the language, so you must be able to be taught and guided as to the meaning of these words. Okay. All right, so so next week, please God, you're going to be getting your assessment. Next week, the 4th of July, is the last day for our level 2 English, right? And after, we're going to be taking a break until September month, where we are going to continue with our classes again. I know all of you all will do quite well. You all have been doing well so far, and you're going to continue doing well. we are going to continue having our programs online with Bible study and church, and we continue with engaging with you all. Right? It was really nice having you all today, and we continue to grow in God and in His Word as we continue with our programs. So I want to say, see you all next week, please God. See you all Wednesday, those who are in Wednesday class to get that assessment, and see you all on Sunday again. So bye-bye.